give you 8 rules in negotiation. You might want to write these down. Number 1, buyers who start with low offers do better. Always start low. But I can't start low. Start low. Man. Like, I'm buying a stanza. Me and my wife just got married. Heavy hitter, Harvey Norman, doing the negotiation stuff. Go to Flemington Car Market, right? See this Datsun Stanza. It's got $8,000 on it. Flemington Car Market in Sydney. I go to my wife who's just got married. I said, I'm going to offer them $4,000. My wife goes, you can't offer them $4,000. That's ridiculous. That's embarrassing. I said, I'm going to ask them $4,000. I'm not expecting to get $4,000. You understand I'm not going to get $4,000. I know I'm not going to get $4,000. I say to her. And she says, okay, all right, we'll just leave it with you. I'm married to you, so I'll just let you go. So I go there, expecting to get rejected, expecting to insult them. In a nice sort of way, I go up to them confidently, as we all do. I say, I'll give you $4,000 cash right now to take the car. Now, they're 2 school teachers. God bless them. They look at each other for 10 seconds. You know what they do? They say, yes, I am pissed. I'm going, I want to renegotiate. I go, no. They go, but we said $4,000. I said, no. Here is the point. If you are going to negotiate and if you are going to concede, can you concede over time? If you concede too early, the concession is not valued. Well, she got the deal, but it happened another time where I had to give people money back. But that was another story, but that's okay. Sellers who take less get less, that's pretty obvious. People who budge a little on average do better. The worst thing you can do when you negotiate is this. You give them a discount or you negotiate on a price and then your next concession is greater than your first concession. That is a very bad negotiation technique. What you should do is that when you concede in smaller increments. It's called a pattern. Losers make the first concessions on major issues. Now, an old technique, pre-Harvey Norman, sometimes you give something away that is of no value to you in order to invoke a concession on the other party. So I would actually make a big deal about something that wasn't really a big deal because in throwing it away, then I force their hand to negotiate with me. It's a technique. Deadline forces decision and agreements, and who has to be in control of the deadline? I do. I never expose my time agenda. I never say I'm desperate for it. That's why if you want to buy a business, look at lots of businesses. Have the time of the world. I've got no rush. Better negotiation situation. Quick decisions by one party favours the other. Slow to concede, slow to negotiate. Any party who gives a large amount in one concession raises the other party's expectations. That's what I told you about before. Winners trade off concessions for other concessions. We won't go through those because they're scary. I've done that. Oh man, I used to get on chairs with suppliers. This is pre-smoking, I used to get their quotes and I used to actually light the quote in front of them and put it in the bin. I used to make up prices. I used to send them to Compact and IBM. I used to just make up my own price and say this is what I would buy it for. And I used to fax it to the MD. And I used to fax it to the rep. And I said, just go to the MD and see if he says no. And because I remember this, I remember the first time I bought something big. It was a Star Micronics dot matrix printer. It was called an Axel 500. I bought 4,000 of these things. And the guy comes in, here's the MD. Comes in, and I don't want the product. I don't care about the product. I don't want the product. I said, I don't want it. And he goes to me, it's $2,400. He wants $2,400. And he goes to me, what would you take it for? And not caring, like, I don't care. I say $400. You know what he does? He says yes. And here is my principle. That took me 5 minutes. I made $4 million in 5 minutes. Have you got any idea that is the quickest way you'll ever make money? Bland withdrawal, deny everything. Apparent duty, deny the legitimacy, the authority of the person. Postpone it until the time has just about run out. That's what the Japanese did to me. Paying lip service to it, that doesn't apply to us. Here's another one, put a deadline on. If you don't come back to us by tomorrow, game is off. Shift attention to a minor issue. Big deal. Take it higher. This is why you're a general manager, because when you're a general manager, you've got someone to take it higher to. When you're the founder, who do you go to? You could go to God, but that's about it. You can't go to anyone else, but if you want to use the approach, I've got to admit I've done this. I used to say I have to go and see Jerry about this, and they go, wow, what did Jerry say? And he goes, the deal's off. Did I ever see Jerry? I walked by, I said hi to him. I said, hi, Jerry. He said, hi, what are you doing in my office? I don't know, you look nice today. He says, when you're doing that stuff again? I said, yeah, Jerry, they're in the other office. I'm supposed to see you and you're supposed to reject me and I'm supposed to walk out really, really sad. And you've got to be the really hard cop, Jerry, because I want you to be the hard cop and I'll be the good cop. And we're playing Columbo, okay? And I've gone in there and I fought the battle, but I've lost. And I go, what did Jerry say? I said, we're so close. We're only $1,000 off. Now, here is the point. Never split the difference. Get them to split the difference. When you say $1,000 off, you know what they might say? Oh, why don't we split the difference? Don't say yes. Then go back to the higher authority and say they've taken another $500 off. And just say, man, we're so close, we're only $500 off. You know what they'll do? They'll split the difference again. Been there, done that, did the one, wow. Did it work? I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to tell you all these things. And now just quickly, I know I've got to do a video and I've got to really bring this together. So I'm just going to do this one thing and that's all, and then Dale can kick me off. Don't hurry, number one principle in negotiation. Number two principle, clarify everything that seems fuzzy. Everything. Vagueness is not a good negotiation plot. Ask the question again. Act dumb. Act incredibly dumb. Draw it out. Have the facts to break up every objective. If no facts, use opinions from experts. This is where Google is your best friend. Use it. Use the power of what they can give you. Wow, I got good stuff here. Maintain flexibility. Remember, you're fluid. Don't get so caught up in I have to get this. Be totally flexible in your approach. Look for the real meaning behind it, body language. That's why you bring them into your office. You want to check it out. Look away. Now, when people look away at key discussion points, that usually indicates a lack of commitment. If they start to look vaguely when you're negotiating to them, right, they are not committed. You need to get them there. Now, you can break that straight away by saying one thing. Are you genuine about this? Be totally upfront. Right? Break it then and there. I don't sense in your body language that you're committed to helping me in this area. Am I sensing that correctly, John? Because if that's the case, let's just call it quits now. Great technique. Don't focus only on money. Loyalty, ego, pride, and independence are also important to a lot of people. Be alert to the other side's priorities. Work out what ticks their bell. Sometimes it's not necessarily about the money, it's about exposure. They're interested in exposure, how you can help them to get exposure. Never vent your emotions. Never get angry emotionally. Have fun. Play the game. But don't take the game too seriously. It is a game. Get all agreements in writing. I think you've got to do that. Never gloat over concessions that you've just won, especially in front of them. That's not good form. And stress the agreement is a joint accomplishment. It is a true win-win. We're both actually going to get something out of this. And you just take it that way. We won't do that. You can do that later. That is a wonderful formula in negotiation. Intention, times attention equals a positive result. I think it's a great formula for life, personally. Okay? It's the amazing ability to have the vision, which is the intention, but be very clear about the intention. Have SMART goals. You all know what SMART goals are. Specific, measurable, action-based, realistic and time-based. Everything has to be clarified. And have amazing amounts of attention, and you'll get an amazing positive result.